it's Gracie the Yogi, and today we're talking about how being a mother at a young age has changed me. So I'm just taking a walk through the neighborhood right now. I love taking walks. Y'all should do it. Walking is incredible for your health, especially around your environment, because it calms your parasympathetic nervous system. And also, excuse the cars in the background. Okay, so I had my baby 3 months ago. My tummy's still showing. My fat and my uterus is still shrinking. So I had my baby 3 months ago, and I am in love with him. My love for his father has grown, and my love for myself has grown. I now have purpose, okay? I've always had passions. Dancing is one of my passions. Yoga is one of my passions. Traveling, exploring is one of my passions. And I have so many other passions to uncover in my life. However, passions and purpose is different. I still woke up every day with something missing. And if I'm being honest, that one thing was family in the home. You know, growing up, after my siblings left the house, because I'm the youngest, so after my siblings left and they went to, either they went to college or one of them got married. And then my other siblings was on my dad's side. I was basically the only child, and it was basically me and my mom, and a lot of the time my mom was busy. Sometimes we had family issues, and then other times things were fine. Me and my mom had great memories together. We bonded over some things, and some things we definitely did not. But I believe there was something missing because I was always alone, and especially when my mom was busy, it was basically just me, you know. I missed those times where I ran in my siblings' room and just bothered them because they were there, or just having dinner at a table and not talking about school or work, but just joking around and laughing and just purely talking. And then on top of that, my dad passing away definitely added to the loneliness that I felt inside of me. So that was hard for me. And looking back on it, I'm sure it was a time in my life that really helped me develop the inside of me, because I was alone all the time. So I got very creative, very spontaneous. I experienced a lot of things because I was alone, but that time for me had became over. And when I got pregnant, I was like, I thought my life was over, honestly. I was listening to all the lies of social media or people's opinions. I was listening to the lies that, oh, you're young, you have a baby, your life is over, you're gonna get big and fat and ugly forever, and you're gonna be a struggling single mom, and all this other stuff, and you're gonna be like those people on YouTube or those movies that you see where they dump their baby in a trash can because they just can't take it. You know, that's what I thought was gonna happen. So it was such a scary time for me, but God had other plans for me, okay? Because the moment, I did not enjoy pregnancy, I'm gonna be honest. Pregnancy was hard, but I would do it over again 10 times for Israel. I'm not supposed to say his name. For my son. And I would do it over again for more children, you know, if I'm being honest, because yeah, pregnancy is hard, honey, and it makes me respect women and myself a lot more for that, because we have such an importance important role in the cycle of life that nothing would happen without the sacrifice that we do. So the moment that my son laid his eyes on me when he came out of my vagina was the moment that I fell in love. And I held him, I looked at him, I cried. I felt a love that is really unexplainable. You can't really explain the way that it feels. You can only give words to it, but words are words, and the feeling is far more fulfilling. You feel like you don't need anything else. It is feeling purpose. Like, okay, this person that I gave birth to, my son, I wake up every day and he smiles at me. I wake up every day and the passions that I have enhances more because I know my son is watching. I want to protect him more. I stay out of trouble more. I think twice more. And all of that stuff is so important. I mean, you wonder why the world is getting the way that it is. And I have come to a conclusion that partially it's because people are lacking families. Family is the one thing that keeps you centered. Family is one of the things that keeps you protected, especially as a female. Family is what has your back. Families are supposed to work together. Families are supposed to raise each other. America is not a family-oriented place. And we wonder why this people and their thoughts and this stuff is all going to crap and people are doing crazy things. And a lot of it is because these people either have corrupted families or they don't have family at all if you really look at them. So family is important. It's extremely important. And honestly, a lot of the times, well, no, I wouldn't say that, but family is important, guys. Family will make you think twice about every decision that you make in a good way. Family, I live for the times that me, my man, and my son, and we just sit in the living room and we just watch a movie. I live for those times, and we just hug each other. We kiss each other. We go to the park with each other. Just a car ride together makes me so appreciative for life in general. So it's like those moments that I soak in and it revives me as a person. And that is my purpose. When I go out into the world and I do all these things, it's really my family is what makes me powerful. So, and especially being young, I remember one time my brother, he said, "Congratulations, this is a good age to start having children." And I was like, I thought about that at first, and I was like, usually people are like, this is a bad time to have children. You know, I'm 19, I got pregnant at 18, and I think that my brother was like 19 or 20 when he had his first son. I could be wrong, but when he said that, it didn't really click to me, but now I definitely understand. It is a good age. It's actually the natural order to start having children at. I don't think it's bad to have children young. I think the world is just the way that it is, and it's not set up for families, especially families at a young age, where it makes the man have to work 10 times harder, or it makes the man and female feel like they both have to go out and work, or it's just not family oriented. It's just so many things, but that's a different video. And people's minds are really corrupted into thinking that I did something bad. I don't think it's bad to have children. I think it's a great thing to have children. One thing, I'm not religious, but one thing the Bible did say that I do agree with is be fruitful and multiply. Have children, have a family, and love them with all your heart, and that'll change you as a person. Seriously. That'll change you as a person. If everybody had family and we all stuck together, I guarantee you there would be less murders. There would be less kidnappings. There would be so much less crime. There would be less negativity. Having a family helps you find yourself spiritually. It gives you the power to say, I'm going to break these generational curses. I'm going to go inside myself to be a better woman, to be a better person, so that I don't rip my family apart. I'm going to see the mistakes that my parents and my grandparents or great-grandparents did, and I'm going to do better. That's what it makes you do. You know, and I started to feel like, am I old? Because once it hit like 11 or 10, I'm ready. No, actually, once it hit 8, if I'm out, I'm ready to go home. Most people my age, they, wild and ready to go have fun and drink and stuff. And I'll do that every once in a while. But I be ready to go home to my man and to my son. I be ready to go home around 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to go home. I need to see them. I need to give them hugs. We need to watch a movie. Let's get some popcorn or something. Let's talk about our day or whatever, I be ready to go home. So, and that's why I say it would be a lot less crime. People would think a lot more before they do stupid things because they have someone at home to live for. That's why men with wives, they're less likely to commit crimes. So women with children are less likely to commit crimes. The world truly would be a better place if we all had family, we all stuck together, and we all decided to go inside of ourselves to fix the problems that are there. I believe that wholeheartedly. So, in conclusion, the way that being a mother has changed me, it's given me purpose. It's given me purpose. It's given me resources. It's opened me to meet other people who also have children. There's so many organizations out there that helps women, especially in Missouri. And being a mother, having my first child this young, has brought in so many people together. So many people together. So when I go out in public, people judge me. And it's not the words that they say, it's the way that they say it, number one. And number two, energy speaks. And I can hear it. I can feel it. I can feel when a person is not genuine towards me. And I don't even have to wait until the sassy comments or anything. I could just feel it. Seriously. So people assume that I am a single, struggling mom. And I'm not talking about like single legally. I'm talking about single, period. Like I only have myself, and that I live with my mom. People always assume that. People assume that I'm struggling, that I'm unhappy. People assume a lot of things about me, and I can definitely feel it. And I want to say, one time actually I went out with my son and I felt all that energy, and I came home and I was crying because it saddened me. And I was talking to my man and he was like, babe, stop crying. You got one thing And that's family. And that's a big thing that a lot of people don't have. And that made me think twice about why I was crying. It was like those people that are judging you, those women that are judging you, probably out getting ran through or something and don't have no family. They don't understand what it means to have family. And in a way, they're soulless. So he told me, well, you have family when you come home. And we love you and we support you. And be grateful for that. So that every time I get sad about something or I feel that judgment and it almost nearly consumes me, I just remind myself that like I just remind myself that I have a family. I remind myself of all those not small times, those big times where we go to Red Lobster and we just eat together, where we joke together, where we laugh together. I think about how I'm gonna jump in my man's arms when I get home. So, yeah. So, to young women out there, and even if I was a struggling single mother, I can't imagine that that's actually how people treat and judge people that are single mothers, women that are single mothers. It breaks my heart because that's not even my reality, but people assume that it is, and I can't imagine what it's like for someone that is that reality. Nobody deserves to be judged or treated that way, period. And if you gave life to this planet and you take responsibility of that life, I respect you. I commend you, and you ought to be congratulated and supported regardless of your current situation. So even the single mothers, the married mothers, I'm no better than any other woman because I have a man. I'm no better than any other woman because my family is at home. I'm not better than anybody. You know what I mean? And a lot of women feel like because they have a husband or that they're better. And I think that it's not really about that, honestly. Yes, there are certain decisions that you have to make wise decisions in order to have that family and to have that husband, that man. Yes, there are wise decisions that you can make, but those are the decisions that you make, and people are still human beings and learning at the end of the day. But you have to understand that does not make you better than someone. So be mindful of that. Everybody be mindful of that, because that really hurts me. I know a lot of single mothers and their situation, their backstory is their backstory, but you should not respect them less or make them feel like they deserve it. That's wrong, regardless of your opinions and what you think. Ooh, it's mosquitoes out here. Ooh, I'm getting bit up. But yes, I'm going inside. Thank you for coming to my video.